Welcome to Nugget 54 with Steve Groman. This has sort of become a part 3 of our topic of unbelief. In this nugget, would you help us understand this in regard to a personal, physical issue?
It's prayer time, and we need prayer because, take a simple thing. I've mentioned it several times. You got to quit worrying like that. You give yourself an ulcer. So we have this terrible ulcer. It's just bleeding and cramped and all that. So we go up, we ask prayer for the ulcer. God will show mercy on who he shows mercy. Oftentimes we do see that, no question about it. But we usually just pray for the manifestation, pray for the ulcer. When in reality, we need to find out what brought the ulcer on. Sometimes people have high blood pressure. This is not a standard, universal, 100% type of thing, but oftentimes people have high blood pressure, for instance. Come to find out, they are very angry about something. They're very bitter. Now, don't go blame somebody if they have high blood pressure. They're an angry person. That's not what I'm saying. But sometimes there is a connection, and that's why with the Walk in Faith ministry, we see such victories because people sit through hours of teaching and hours of Bible verses, and they learn how to understand their own personal situation through those verses, through the filter of those verses, and oftentimes they're able to get the victories that they see they need. Because sometimes there are issues that brew and we don't even know. We'll cover this kind of thing in another nugget because the Bible talks about the enemy in the New Testament a lot and what we do to give him permission to mess with us. And we will cover that. There's an example one time that high blood pressure. The person had a wife that was fired several months earlier because of a needless thing, a wrongful thing. The wife did nothing wrong, but yet the boss fired her to kind of cover up whatever the real problem was. That caused anger in the home. That caused anger towards the boss. That caused the financial stress to come about because now they needed the income and they don't have the income. And so now they're in a bind on mortgage payments. And one thing snowballs into this huge big package of problems. And so now the husband is all upset and bitter and angry and all that. Doesn't know what to do with all this mess. All of that stress causes the blood pressure to go up. So to pray for the blood pressure to bring it down, ask God to relieve it. God will show mercy on who he shows mercy sometimes. No question. But if that does happen, which would be nice, you still got the problem. And it'll just come back another time, another way, or even the same thing again. Because if the issue that brought it on in the first place is not dealt with, then that needs to happen. See, we need to believe what God's word says and not get offensive about it, not get offended by it, not get defensive about it. Just see what it says and say, oh boy, does that apply to me? And if it does, make the corrections and changes. It's not that hard. It's just we have to recognize to do it.
I think these are really helpful.
And just by the way, it's not a mechanical thing. Please understand, it's not an if-then mechanical thing. It's got to be from the heart. It just matters.
Absolutely. If you are enjoying our nuggets, please consider supporting us on a monthly basis as we continue to search out more about God's wonderful creation. Keep watching our nuggets. And while you're at it, tell 10,000 of your closest friends about our YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, hit that little bell, and tell others about our YouTube channel. Thank you.